Hey guys, Hambo back here at the table along with America's Chicken. You weird me out, man. You really are. Anyway, this is in response to my first ever tag. I got tagged by TMUNDS1. I put a link to him down below. Props to this young man. I really like the stuff he's doing, and I'm very, very happy that he tagged me. The tag was for show us your 2 favorite knives. Well, I actually have 3 out of my collection. I counted the other day. I have over 100 knives. And the 3 I'm about to show you, I don't carry anymore. But all 3 of them have great value to me, and I would list them as my favorites. Now, I may not qualify for this situation, but I thought I'd show them to you anyway. The first one is my first cold steel. And this has quite a little backstory to it. I believe this used to be called the Voyager or the Trailmaster or something. I actually don't remember the name. You'll see it's discolored. I'll tell you why. September 11th, 2001 was, among other things, my 2nd wedding anniversary to my now 2nd ex-wife. We got married September 11th, 1999. And that day I was out of the house, and this is all I had on me. Didn't have a belt tool, didn't have anything, just this knife. And I was out going to pick up a present for our anniversary when I got called out by NBC News in Washington. I'm in television. I have a company that owns and operates those big satellite trucks, the big boxy transmission trucks with the big dish on the top. We do remote broadcasts for all the networks, whether it's news or sports. The first plane had just gone into the first tower in New York, and I got called out to start heading to New York. Well, that changed real rapidly because as I was actually on the phone with them, the Pentagon got hit, and they rerouted me to Washington. And for the next 40 days, I was in Washington, D.C. For 30 of those 40 days, I was one of the only mobile resources NBC News had because, like everybody, they were spread way too thin, and everything they had in Washington was locked down in security areas. So I was doing everything from the Today Show to the nightly news to stuff in between. And there were some days I lived in that truck, and this is the only blade I had with me. It's discolored because, among other things, cutting through everything from shrubbery to punching holes in walls, and I think I ate with it more than once. This just has a lot of memories, and I don't carry it anymore. But it will always be one of my favorites, and I just kind of hold it in a place of honor. The second one is a little one that I got from my uncle as a birthday present. He's now passed away, and he was a very special guy, my Uncle Frank. And it was a last-minute impromptu birthday present. And I just fell in love with this little thing. It was released by Craftsman. It's AUS 6A steel. And I don't know who made it, but it kind of looks to me like a Kershaw. You Kershaw guys. Does it look like something they released? But I'll tell you what. It is an absolute killer blade. It stays razor sharp. I used it quite a bit, and now, ever since he passed, I don't carry it either. And it's also a little bit small for my giant mitts, but it will also be one of my favorites. There. Then the third one is something I just found recently, and this may be my favorite knife of all time. Basically, because it was my first. This was bought for me by my dad. When I was 9 years old, we went to Arizona and New Mexico. Just him, my mom, and me. It was my first time on an airplane. And we rented a car and drove all over. And this is from Tombstone, believe it or not. And they had guys that would dress up like cowboys, and there was like a gunfight every 15 minutes. And of course, they had Boot Hill and everything else. But my dad got me this knife. I think it was designed to be a letter opener, but it's actually a Solingen blade. It has Solingen's name right there on the blade. I don't know if you can see it. This thing doesn't do well in close-up, but it is a Solingen made in Germany. And you could tell I had forgotten where this was for a number of years, and my dad's been dead for a very, very long time. And I just found this, and it's still got kind of an edge on it, but against my mother's protests, my dad bought me this knife. He said, every man needs a good knife. And he bought me this. And it's still got its leather holster. I think there was something else, because there's a second slot in this holster. I think there was something else that went in here. It may have been tweezers or magnifying. I don't remember. But anyway, I still have this. And this will be my favorite knife of all time. And anyway, there they are. My 3. And I guess I have to tag somebody else. But thanks again to TMUNDS1 for filling me in on this. I hope I didn't get too schmaltzy on you guys. Now I'm going to have to deal with Captain Fred here. See you guys later. Thanks.